Hello everybody, welcome back for some more Sly 2. I know it's been a while. It's been quite a while. We are now going through, I think, the actual operation of things, so we're going to start that up. It's been a bit since I've played, so just give me like a few minutes to kind of get my bearings once again, and just remember, what I'm doing exactly. Oh, that's where we're going to run this way. So yeah, I've been gone for the entirety of like last weekend, and then, well, not the entirety of it. I got back on Sunday. I left Thursday, got back on Sunday, but I did take a vacation. It was relatively nice. Would do again, I guess you could say. Do things better, of course, but it happens. And oh shit, it was a nice break from things. It certainly was. But that's not really like the main topic at hand, I guess. I have a few things I kind of wanted to... Oh, that's right. I'm supposed to blow... Hold on. It's been a while since I've done this, so... God damn it. Forgive me. But there's no... Wait, do I have a launchable bomb yet? Yes. Yeah, but that's not gonna... That might work. No, I didn't. Okay. Yeah, I was on vacation for just a bit, so I apologize for that. Fucking A, man. You can tell it's been a while since I've actually even just bothered with doing a Let's Play, because I just cannot think of things to really discuss. But I do have, like, a couple of, I guess, somewhat topics I can talk about that don't really affect... You know what? Actually, there's one that does kind of affect YouTube. God fucking damn, I'm so bad at this game. Holy shit. Which, I mean, I know I've heard all about it in other games on this channel that I've played. I've heard so much about how fucking bad I am at everything, so I'm kind of used to that. Yeah, basically for this little mission right here, it's just mostly just changing everything like once, and it should be enough. Just everything has just a one turn and you're fine. But anyway, I guess the first thing we should talk about, which it's not necessarily... probably the best idea to talk about here on Sly, because I feel like more people actually like my Jack 2 content right now than they do like Sly and Ratchet. So it's probably a bit easier to wait until Jack, but I might as well just stay it regardless. But I'm starting to get like that feeling again of just not really wanting to do YouTube nearly as much. Right now I'm fine, like right now as I'm playing the game, like it's okay, I'm just playing Sly 2, nothing wrong with that, but back then, and it's kind of like coming back a little bit now, it's more so a feeling of, like I have to do it, one of those things. Not a fan of that feeling very much. Basically where, if I'm not doing YouTube, I'm basically just lazy and I'm just wasting my time, which is not necessarily true, but my brain thinks it is. And it's a shitty... I bring this up in like every YouTube video at this point, it seems like, but just to kind of get it out there for people that kind of know where my headspace is at right now. So if you don't see me doing much content, that's basically why, is just I don't really feel like doing YouTube nearly as much as I used to back then. And having that, feeling pressure to do it, makes it even worse. It makes me really just not want to do it. It's not like anybody's forcing me to. It's just more so my own brain and my own, thoughts basically saying like, yeah, these people on the people on your audience, your YouTube, they want to see your stuff. They want to see you continue your content. And it's like, well, of course I know. That's going to happen, right? That's obvious. Like, that's a thing that is true. But the way that my brain works is it's more so like, these people, they want to see it now. Like, you have to deliver now, and that sucks. Which obviously isn't true. I'm sure it's not. I'm just spouting off what it says, so... And now it's more so like I'm just kind of chilling, hanging out, playing games, working on other stuff that I want to work on, which I have other stuff I'm working on outside of YouTube as well. So, you know, I don't just do YouTube all the time. And that's kind of how that works. Basically, it's just another one of those, I guess, slight life updates of like, hey, you know, if I don't record Sly or Jack or Ratchet, or just really anything for a while, it's probably because I'm kind of getting kind of burnt out. And I guess that's the main thing I guess I could say, is it just more so I'm just burnt out. I get burnt out a lot faster, I guess. I forgot to defend the truck, which that's bad because I do not want to start the entire mission over if we have to. I don't think we have to start all the way from the beginning, though. I hope not, because that'd be dumb. Alright, we're good. No, we gotta do the grapple thing, too. God damn it. Whatever. So, yeah. If I'm not, like, super talkative, or I'm not whatever... Well, usually it's because I don't have anything to talk about, but, or I don't have, like, a good rant or topic to go on with. But if I don't have a lot to say at the moment, it's mainly because, like, I'm kind of just starting this back up again, and I'm kind of, like, out of my element. And then, yeah, that's basically what that is. And just to kind of finish up the whole burnt out thing, like, you know, I've been doing YouTube for so long. It happens from time to time. You know, I'll just get like, kind of like run down a bit and want to do other things. You know, I have so much other stuff I want to do. I have like a backlog of games I kind of want to finish. Which, of course, you know, they always say like, oh, if you're playing games but you're not like doing something with it, like you're not recording or streaming it, then you're basically just wasting your time. Which, in my opinion, like I can see that being the case, but I don't really think I care enough to think that's really a truly bad thing. Like I usually just do better just playing the game on my own, to be fair. Sometimes I don't like having, you know, tons of eyes on me, but I don't know, just ignore what I'm saying, because I'm so jumbled up in my brain right now. I don't know what's going on. I'm so jumbled right now. I have no idea. This is, of course, you know, this is nothing wrong with, like, you know, my audience or anything like that. This is all a personal me thing, which, you know, I'm happy to let people know, like, you know, hey, this is how I think, because I think that's a healthy thing to do, is just, you know, let your audience know, you know, where you're at in terms of your brain, so that way they can be like, oh, okay, you know, that's cool. You know, just take your time, that kind of stuff. I don't expect to hear that in the comments, of course. I'm just spouting off my own nonsensical bullshit. I guess, if anything, one thing you could take it as is, like, just treat this as if I was, you know, Oni Plays, or even Game Grumps, where if I don't finish a game, then, oh well. You know, I want to finish as many Let's Plays as I can, so that way I can get up to my goal of finishing, like, 100 finished Let's Plays. That'd be cool, right? But that's a pretty daunting task when you really think about it. I mean, I'm close, yes, but I'm still so far away, too. And I think that's about it for at least the YouTube topic I want to get on to discussing. I guess the other topic that I want to bring up, also the song's, you know, pretty groovy. Before we go on the next topic, I should probably explain Dimitri's fight. So basically, it's just you're waiting around for him to just jam up his gun. You can attack him, even without, like, him jamming his gun. Like, you can do this, where he'll just, like, come up to you and start trying to punch you and stuff and just kind of dodge out of the way. This is a lot of what Sly fights are going to end up being like. And they technically kind of were in Sly 1 just a little bit. Obviously, you have, like, you know, your Ms. Ruby and your Clockwork fights, where they're completely different than just a regular run-of-the-mill fight. Which I think, if I remember correctly, the only fight that is like this, I think, is the Panda King fight, right? Where it's just straight up actually just hitting him, rather than doing something platformy and gimmicky, like with Raleigh and Miss Ruby, of course. No, they're fun fights. I'm just saying, like, they are, without a doubt, like a gimmick fight, too, in a sense, because, you know, in all honesty, you're not really going out of your way to beat them up. You're more so just kind of waiting for Raleigh to jump and then hit him. And then for Miss Ruby, it's like a really cool, fun rhythm fight, which I don't really like the rhythm stuff in Sly 3, to be fair. Or Thieves in Time, honestly. I kind of got... I get tired of doing that in Sly... I think it was in Sly 2 as well, but... I haven't really been a fan of the rhythm stuff since Miss Ruby, and Miss Ruby's song was pretty catchy, too. And there you go, Dimitri's basically donezo, yeah. The boss fights in Sly 2 are, for what it's worth, relatively somewhat simpler, I guess. No, they're about as simple, I guess, as Sly 1 to an extent. But they're not bad either, you know. Like, Dimitri's fight's pretty good. It's pretty run-of-the-mill, of course. And yeah, you can definitely tell I'm playing the HD collection because it's pretty fucking obvious. I don't know why they didn't just fix that, but oh well. Yeah, like, you know, Dimitri's pretty straightforward, which is fine. Nothing wrong with that. And then you have... What's his name? Bison, as in, like, Bison, the Canada level. Like, that's a pretty cool fight. I'm not going to spoil too much of it just in case. I mean, granted, this is a pretty old game, so... Nothing inherently really to spoil. But, still, you know, that's a cool fight. I don't remember who the final boss was again. Oh, I remember who the final boss was. Yeah. Not really too keen on that one, to be fair. But anyway, the next topic in question was actually something I was kind of bitching and ranting about before I even started this video, which is kind of partly why I even started it in the first damn place, was because whenever I start ranting about things, I tend to kind of want to start a YouTube video, whether it be a Let's Play or just maybe stream or something, so then I can have an excuse to kind of just bitch and moan about something. And the thing I was bitching and moaning about, again, of course, was actually Nintendo themselves. So a little context as to why I started bitching about Nintendo. I went through and I beat Metroid 1 again. And to be fair, I got all the way up until Torian, which is where Mother Brain's at. I had like 6 E-Tanks, which is the max you can have. I also had... I think this is my... anyway, I had, you know, Wave Beam, all that shit. I didn't have Ice Beam, so for those that are well-versed in Metroid 1, that's a bad idea, right? Going without Ice Beam. Yeah. And then I was like, alright, well, fuck this. I don't want to go back and get the other Ice Beam, because they have 2 locations for Ice Beam. So that way you can, you know, transfer between Wave and Ice, which I'm so glad they took that out in future Metroid games. You just keep both. Thank God. But, yeah, going back, and I was like, I don't want to do that. So then I gave up. Put in the cheat code at Torian with all upgrades and stuff, and I was like, fuck it, just go from there. But anyway, the context was like I was playing Nintendo stuff, right? And so what got me mad was Nintendo's constant shitty preservation tactics, where they just don't care about their games, like, seemingly at all. And again, you know, you could say like I'm kind of talking out my ass, but just this is the way that I see things, and you know, from the things I hear, it really truly seems like Nintendo just doesn't really give a shit. I mean, granted, you know, I can't necessarily fully blame them either, because like, you know, what was made on the Wii U could be ported over to the Switch, you know, via just remaking it and everything, or you know, well, yeah, just literally reporting it, which they didn't do that for everything, but, you know, Sonic Lost World at least got off Wii U. Xenoblade X is still there, which is unfortunate because my copy X doesn't even work. So, you know, $40 down the drain. And, again, Sonic Lost World, you know, it's on PC, so at least it's there. But you have, like, Devil's Third, which I never got to play. You know, I didn't get a chance to play it. I remember, like, when it came out, people said it was shit, and for some dumb reason I trusted everybody, only to find out that is it Miyazaki? I forget his name, but the creator of Ninja Gaiden, like, you know, the remakes and stuff, worked on Devil's Third, and apparently people say like it's actually a pretty decent game, and it's like, well, fuck you. It'd be nice to actually have that game kind of come out. Zombie U got taken off Wii U as well, but anyway, so when it comes to like Wii U, like yeah, we get those Switch ports, but that can only do so much. Because what about oh yeah, the main thing that it's still fuck this bottle. It's still with the Wii U topic here, slightly, but it's more so like the virtual console shit. So when the Wii U was starting to shut down, I freaked out, which I think probably a good amount of other people probably did too. But I freaked out, and I bought what I could to at least have them quote unquote safe somewhere. And there were cheap games too, like DS's, Game Boy games, that kind of thing, right? Because games I don't really realistically have physically. And, quite a bit of Metroid games because I don't actually own every Metroid game. As much as I would like to. I'm missing, not counting special editions, because I don't really count them, but I'm actually missing only just one game, and that's Metroid 2 so, on Game Boy. So, there's that. And yes, I do actually have Metroid 1 on Game Boy, the Game Boy version of it, because why not? Will Metroid 1 ever get played on this channel? That's a possibility. But, yeah, like, I wanted to have all the Metroid games at least somewhere so I could play them. Because I like my Metroid games, right? Like, that's my favorite Nintendo IP. And, it just fucking sucks that, like, they were, for the most part, only buyable on the Wii. Well, I mean, I didn't really buy things on the Wii because I didn't know you could. And then when I had my Wii U, I bought things on there. Like, I bought Virtual Console games. And, like, the main culprit I want to talk about is Mario 64 DS, which was a game that I bought on Wii U. Well, I mean, I had it originally on DS when I was a kid in, like, middle school, and then I sold it like an idiot. And then I bought it back on Wii U like an idiot, and then bought the physical copy of it again like an idiot. Because I was like, I'll just go buy the physical version because, like, the digital version can only last me for so long. And I kind of want to save space on my Wii U, which, it's the same concept with Metroid. Like, I kept trying to, try to buy some of those Metroid games that I didn't have, so that way I can make sure that I have them physically and away off the Wii U, make space, and just keep them off, the Wii U, because the eventual shutdown shit. Well, anyway, long story short, after getting Super Mario 64 DS physically, I decided, like an idiot, to delete Mario 64 DS from my Wii U, because, again, to save room, because that thing's only 8 gigs big. And yes, I do have a USB flash drive that contains most of, mainly just my Virtual Console stuff, because I wanted to keep my disc games kind of separate for some reason. And I had a fear of my USB drive just not being good, right? I had a fear of it crashing and breaking. And that was always a looming fear on the Wii U, because there was a point in time where it was getting close to doing that, where I was actually downloading DuckTales Remastered and forgot to completely download it, because I think it was free on Wii U for like a small bit of time. And then the shop shut down, and it was still kind of like downloading, and it corrupted everything and fucked everything up, and that sucked. Wait, oh yeah, oh, okay, cool. You can do that. No, you could. Or at least I forgot you could. Yeah. I gotta remember that I'm carrying treasure. I should be careful with where I'm going here. So yeah, deleted Super Mario 64 DS off the Wii U because I have it physically, and then I found out my physical copy is just kind of shit and doesn't really run well right now. Just, a little bit of kinks I should probably be able to work out eventually. It could just be one of those things where it's just like a random issue here and there where, like, the game just won't give you past a certain level or whatever. No biggie. It's probably nothing to be too worried about. If worse comes to worse, they're relatively not super expensive. I mean, yeah, $30 still sucks, but you could roughly find a pretty okay copy of Super Mario 64 DS looming around somewhere. It's fucking 64 DS. I don't think anybody really cares to, I don't know, make it too expensive. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, like a dumb brain, I didn't think that through, and then I come to find out that because it's deleted, with Nintendo eShop being completely down, that means you can't re-download shit either. which is stupid as fuck. Like, things that you've had before, things that you bought before you can't re-download. And it's the same thing with, like, my DLC for Smash Brothers. You know, that's gone too. Because I bought Smash 4 when it came out because I was into Smash. And, well, now it's fucking gone. I mean, I'm fine with, you know, not really having the DLC. Like, I'm not that angry. I could be a lot angrier, but I don't really have a need to be because I feel like it's kind of pointless. The DLC itself is basically already an Ultimate, and Ultimate is just essentially a better Smash 4. This game has some fucking pop-ins. Jesus, you see that? The rocks are just now appearing. I don't mean to be that guy, but the PS2 version, I remember having that issue often. If maybe even ever. Maybe like a few times here and there, sure, but like I don't remember it happening that much. Damn, alright. And here I thought like, oh wow, the PS3 version is so much better to play. I mean, I usually never think that, but depending on the game, sometimes it is, actually. It depends. Well, at least with PS3, it usually isn't. I don't know, man. PS3 games, for some reason, just kind of funky, you know? They're kind of funky in a way. Especially when it comes to, like, remastered games. I mean, I think Kingdom Hearts did a pretty good job, didn't it? I don't know. I mean, I have Kingdom Hearts on PS3, the collection one, but both of them. I don't know in comparison to how good they are, because I've not really gone through Vanilla 2 very much, and I actually do not own Vanilla 1. Or read Chain of Memories. I would also like to have Chain of Memories on Game Boy, because that looks pretty fun, but... I mean, I've seen it around here and there, I just never went on my way to buy it. Never had that impulse need when I saw it, but I usually get impulsive around other things. It really, really depends on what it is, though, too. I know, I waste my fucking money. You know, tell me twice. I enjoy what I do, so that's basically it. I usually just buy games on, like, you know, an occasion, special, like a big event occasion. I'm like, oh, you know what? This shit's on sale. I'm getting it. Like, fuck, man. You know, Steam sales, they're just killer with that crap. They kill me with that stuff. Anyway, so back on topic. So Nintendo preservation shit I want to talk about. So, nowadays, with Nintendo's preservation... They do have Nintendo Online, which is basically their answer to the Virtual Console, right? It's like, oh, you know, you remember the Virtual Console? Yeah, that's great. You can't buy the games anymore, but you can at least pay us a $50 subscription fee every year. Which, to be fair, $50 for, like, what you get is not necessarily a bad deal, in my opinion. I mean, there's a good roster of 64 games. You got Banjo. You got at least all the Mario Party, you know, 64 games, thank God, finally. It took them forever. I'm not a big Jet Set Radio fan, but that's at least there. Conkers would be nice to have. Paper Mario is there, you know, that's a pretty good fucking solid title on the 64. I would like to have Doom, well, I would say Doom 64 would be nice, but in all reality, we already technically have Doom 64 on consoles, on modern consoles anyway, with at least, you know, the Doom collection, because I think I got mine with Doom Eternal. I think it was a pre-order bonus. And I think you can buy Doom 64 by itself. You can. I'm pretty sure you can, because it's also on Steam by itself as well. So you should be able to get it there. You know, I'm going to turn up the volume just a little bit here. I'm not sure exactly how loud it's going to be, but... Oh, fuck, that's right. Anyway, so... This is, you know, nothing really inherently new. You know, everybody already knows how Nintendo is with their stuff. Obviously, I'm just kind of parroting everything I've heard, right? But it affects me too, because I don't really need a console that can play every game. I just want to have a way to, like, be able to afford these games at a reasonable price somewhere that's not in, like, the used secondhand market, right? In my opinion, I know this is really, really difficult and really stupid for me to say it, but I would like for Nintendo to have the option, which I know they probably couldn't do it anyway because you have to remake all this stuff, but the option to at least buy the older games again on their marketplace. Although, of course, knowing Nintendo, they'll probably charge you a fucking arm and a leg. Did I miss somebody? They'll probably keep like every game like $60 for like God knows how long. But all I'm saying is like, have like physical. That's right, yeah. Like, just an example. Imagine, you wanted to go buy, I don't know, Banjo-Tooie, right? And you're like, I want Banjo-Tooie, but I don't want to get it on Rare Replay. I want to have like a 64 version of it, like an actual legit 64 version. And then you look on like online, and it's $100 or something. I don't think that it actually is $100 online. I'm just throwing out an example. But you'll have like a pretty, whether maybe a generous price or not on secondhand market, and it might not even work too. There's always that chance, but that's with everything. And it'd just be like, I just want to buy them again from like Nintendo, and then yeah, there's that. But see, the thing is like, the problem with that though, of course, is like they'll have to basically make a 64 game again, which there was a Wii game that I forget which one it was. I think it was, fuck, I forget the name of it. I think it was an arcade shooter that got ported to the Wii, but it only ever got a physical. I'm still missing somebody. Who? Anyway, so it got ported to the Wii, but as from what I've heard, the U.S. like Nintendo America. Oh, goddamn you! Nintendo America couldn't make Wii discs anymore, so the European version of it had to be made. The UK had to make their own, like, they could still make Wii discs, I guess, at the time, so they made their version of it, and made a physical version. Oh my god, that thing got loud. Damn. And, I get that, we probably couldn't do that all the time. There's a potential chance, like, they can't just, come out of the woodwork and just make Wii games again, or they can't just make, I don't know, fucking 64 games again. I get it. In my honest opinion, that's a perfect scenario, is just to have like a Nintendo site you can just go to and just buy those games again while they're there, right? Like they could just still keep making them, right? That'd be awesome. But that's just not gonna. That's just not a thing that can happen, which sucks. So I guess the other way to preserve games, there's a couple of ways I can think of, and one of them is the obviously, morally sort of gray area, I guess, that we all know and love, which is, of course, emulation, right? The scary E word that Nintendo really does not like. And I'm just saying, like, in terms of preservation, that's one way to do it. I'm not trying to say, like, people should do it. I'm just, whether or not they should or shouldn't. I'm just saying, like, that is, in all honesty, somewhat a way to preserve games. I mean, not the best way either, because, like, again, with a game like South Park Rally, it runs like shit. Well, characters move a lot faster on that emulated version than they would, like, on the actual version, which, luckily, I have South Park Rally, because I actually like South Park Rally, so I don't have to worry about that too much. But I'm just saying, like, there are complications that do come with that. And then, like, the other way to have preservation, of course, is through Virtual Console, which they're kind of taking that away with the whole, like, bullshit subscription service thing, which kind of limits a lot of games, too, and they take a really long time to just port games over. And then you have the other problem, too, which is just reality, kicking in, which is copyright and licensing and all that other crap, which, that comes with the territory. So, realistically, there's no real technical perfect... Hold on. I hear a bottle. There's no real, true, picture perfect, pretty way to fully get preservation besides, Nintendo just either somehow being able to remake or, like, port these games, or at the very least make collections or even remasters of them. But see, the thing is, like, I'm also the type of guy who likes to collect not every game possible, but just games I like. You know, I like to kind of get them and have them. A lot of the time physically, because I don't really trust digital that much. I do have, you know, quite a bit of digital games, of course, like I'm sure anybody else probably would, but I much prefer at least trying to have them physically so that way I can avoid the future endeavor problem of Nintendo just shutting fucking whatever else down and just completely ruining, you know, everything like they always do. Which is what scares me about the Switch, because like right now, you know, we're eating kind of good with the subscription service being decent, right? Like, again, I'm not happy that I have to, you know, pay for a subscription service to be able to play these games. I wish I could just maybe even possibly just rebuy them or something. I don't know, like for like, you know, pretty cheap price, which, you know, it's not going to happen, but it would have been nice, I guess, or at least keep the Wii U up long enough to where people can just have other games be able to be downloaded when need be, and just not take that away ever, but that can't happen. I don't know. See, this is going back to me, you know, rambling off about shit that I don't know why I'm rambling off about in the first fucking place. I'm just kind of going off whatever my brain is thinking of at the moment, and that's about it. I can't form coherent thoughts anymore. It seems I'm all jumbled up. You know, trying to do like a Let's Play at the same time. It's pretty difficult, I guess, for some reason, for this old man brain of mine. Now, it's just been a while. I haven't done this in a while, so I'm kind of out of it. And I bitched about Nintendo the entire episode. That's funny. And here I am playing, you know, a Sony game, which is... You could also probably say, like, no, Sony's not really good at preservation either, which... No one really... Who really is, honestly? Especially Xbox. Fuck that shit, man. Like, it makes me fucking mad. You can't play the original Ninja Gaiden on Xbox One. Hell, you can't even play, like, Halo 1 and 2, I don't think. Or even Soul Calibur 4, for that fucking matter. Like, why? Like, there's so many other games that you can play backwards compatible, but you can't play those. Especially Halo. Of all fucking things. Which is weird. It's fucking Halo, man. Like, that's the thing. That's their flagship game. But I don't know. Like, again, this is just an old man yelling at clouds once again, as always. But I do mean what I say when I just kind of want to have, like, games, you know, whether it be through digital means or even physical means, just be safe and capable of people being able to buy them at a cheap, affordable price, which, granted, even if you could, if every game was affordable, that's not going to completely stop, you know, piracy or anything like that, of course, you know, we all know that, but I'm sure there's a good amount of people that would probably not want to, you know, delve into that type of stuff if they could buy those games. And again, this is not a video on whether or not, like, you should or shouldn't, of course. I'm just explaining my own thoughts of, like, how I see things. I'm not going to tell you no, I guess. Or I'm not going to tell you yes either, you know? It's just kind of one of those things. It's YouTube, so it is what it is. For me, again, personally, I just would rather be able to find and even collect. Well, the thing is, like, I say collect, but that's a really bad word for it. I'm not a collector. I'm just... Well, I mean, I am and I'm not. Like, if there's a game series I like, you know, sure, I'll go out of my way. Or if there's a game I like, game or even a game franchise I like a lot, yeah, sure, I'll go to my way to get, you know, whether it be all the games or even, like, different versions of it on different consoles that I own, you know, just because, right? Because I like the game so much, I'll play it on a different platform just because. There's no real need to do it, but I'll do it because it's fun, you know. I want to play the game again, but this time on Xbox or GameCube or whatever. That's my type of thing. And the thing is too, like, I don't really need to have it on everything on modern consoles, you know. Although it'd be nice. It would be nice to have at least a way to be able to play, like, even, like, the OG Crash on PS4 or 5. That'd be cool. But that probably won't happen. It would have been nice if it could, which kind of gets me into another fun thing of, I remember when the PS5 was coming out, and there was rumors that it would be able to play all past generations of consoles, which turned out to not be true, which sucks. But I also, unfortunately, like an idiot, recently found out that at least PS3 can play PS1 games. I didn't know that. I know I can play PS2 games because there was the original PS3 that came out with that option, and they took it away in future consoles for some fucking baffling reason. I don't know why they did, but they got rid of it in the future versions of PS3, which sucks. But I'm not Sony, so I can't decide for them what they do with their stuff, right? That's not my place. But yeah, like, it would have been nice to be able to play, PS1, PS2, all that fun stuff on different, or on that one singular console. Which, for a while, Xbox, when you really think about it, Xbox did that for a bit. They did a pretty decent job for a bit with Xbox One. You can play a lot of Xbox original games, like Ninja Gaiden Black, 360, Ninja Gaiden 2. Yes, I only know of, like, a few games. Conquer Live and Reloaded, Blinks. You can't play Blinks 2, I don't think. Voodoo Vents, which is a digital download, too, which is nice. I don't know. Other Gears of War. At least, even Gears of War original you can play. The 360 one, which is funny when you think about it. Why not Halo? I don't know. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. I'm pretty sure you can't. It didn't look like you could. I looked on their store. It said it's not there. I looked online. It said it's not backwards compatible, even physically. So, I don't know. Soul Calibur 4, like, that one makes sense to not be backwards compatible. But it would have been nice. So then I can get my fucking Yoda DLC I missed out on because I never really bought Soul Calibur 4 until, like, way later. I hear it. Where's it at? Hold on. Again, yeah, if you hear me go quiet, it's mainly because I'm listening in to see if I can find that fucking bottle was hiding. Am I dumb? I don't think it can be down there, can it? Could be down here. Wait. I think there's a way down there, like, actually a way down there. If I'm not mistaken, I think you have to get down there through, hang on. I think it's just showing me, like, a different part of the level. I don't know why, but all of a sudden now I feel like I want to play Mario 64, all things. I know, it's weird, right? Like, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it's like, that sounds cool. Oh, we got a Murray mission. Do we even have time? Oh, yeah, kinda. No. Yes. I mean, I could start another episode right after. That's what I've been doing. I mean, we're better off finishing up, Slice. Hold on, just checking for bottles. No, not bottles from Banjo. One day I would like to do Banjo-Kazooie on this channel, but I tried, and it wasn't going to be good. I can tell you that. It was not going to be a good Let's Play. I could tell you right off the bat. Of course, there's one right there. These goofs couldn't hear me. Well, now they can. Alright, let's just get inside, and then we'll start this mission. And then after this one will be Murray. Also, when it comes to doing jobs in this game, I kind of like how they have them set up to where I think almost everybody's job will normally be available at once for that act. Get that act banned. No, basically, so slide levels are kind of divided into like different parts, where every time Bentley does like his slideshow thing, like that's like a different act or different part of that episode, so to speak. And usually it's like 3 to 4 different jobs take place between it. Oh, alright, we're going this way. Yeah, there's like 3 to 4 different jobs that happen in between that you end up doing in that one part of it, and then it just goes to Bentley's thing, and then you get into like operation. It does like I think 2 slideshows and like operation. Typically that's how it works. Okay, I'm hearing it again. Am I going fucking nuts? So it's up there, obviously. Like it has to be. I'm just trying to avoid the guards right now. Oh, there it is. There's one. There's one at least. Again, I'm not trying to 100% this, which might have probably pissed some people off. I don't know. But I'm not really going for 100%, but I will at the very least try. If I see bottles, I will go get them. If I'm going my way, you know, I will try to find what I can. But the main thing we're trying to do here is obviously finish missions and stuff, which fuck this guy. Just gonna go right inside and just avoid him outright. We're gonna avoid him alt-right. You know, the thing is, like, recording Sly right now, I can easily just record like another episode and then maybe even just record Ratchet as well. If we're doing that whole, you know, Jack, Sly, Ratchet thing, which I don't even know if I really want to do that, to be fair. It works just fine. It kind of keeps me engaged a little more than what I would be, but I also like having a one main thing to focus on, because... But also, I don't know, it's bizarre, because like, a part of me is like, I like having multiple games at once to kind of play, because then it's like, I don't have to focus on one, and if I get to like a part that's boring or just not as fun, you know, I don't have to worry about being stuck on that part. I mean, yeah, I had to finish that part, of course, obviously, but at the same time, you know, it's not like a big deal. I could just go play Jack or something, right? The formula I have now works just fine enough to where I'm okay with just keeping up with what I'm doing currently. Alright. So here's what I'm going to do. Basically just going to smoke, let loose, kill him from the back, get that life up. Because getting hit actually helps. Well, I mean, granted, you don't really need to get hit for that to work, but... Alright, so, the dress code situation. Basically, just gotta find one of these things that happens to contain the suit. It's usually hidden within, like, dressers or, you know, smaller dressers. Or no, I think they're always hidden in this one thing. I'm thinking of it. And then after that, you gotta have to, you know, find your way back out and find other doors. It's pretty self-explanatory, and this leads you outside. It doesn't exactly destroy the mission, but, you know, might not want to do it just because. Alright. Well, anyway, again, sorry about this episode being so weird and just kind of jarring, I guess, for people that are especially new to my channel, which, you know, there's a lot of newer people that have shown up, and, you know, I welcome all of you, of course. It's just that I'm not the same way I used to be, I guess, when it comes to my content, which I'm washed up at this point, man. I'm washed up. I've been doing the same damn thing for so long, you know, you kind of lose it, you know, you lose your brain cells a little bit, I guess. But, yeah, I'm just gonna finish the episode there, and, of course, continue it, you know, in the next part. Let's take out this guy first, and maybe go to the other one while we're at it. Just so they're out of the way and I don't have to deal with them. Yeah, well, I'll continue this in the next episode and then do like a 2x2 thing. That way you guys can have a little bit more content. And again, don't expect these things to happen all the time, like episode-wise. Like, don't... just keep in mind that, I have things that I do other than YouTube, basically. So, you might not see me do YouTube as much as you might want, or I might even want, for that matter. It happens. But anyway, that'll be it for this episode, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all next time for some more Sly 2. And as always, take care, everybody.